So I was walking around the cemetery, and then I heard this whistle. Now, I didn't know Mrs. Crown could whistle like that, but that was her calling for me because she's way over here, another side of the cemetery. Whew. Stay tuned. Mr. Wade here. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to revisit the headstone, the monument of the lady that was the survivor of the Titanic. That's right. Stay tuned. Now, the Titanic was advertised a lot in the Oregonian newspaper back in the day before the actual ship took off. 4 people from Oregon got tickets, of course, and the other ones were followed by European immigrants that rode third class on the trip as well. The most well-known Oregonian on board of the Titanic was Frank and Anna. Mr. Frank Warren, he owns a Warren Packing Company, a fish canning business. He had a salmon fishery in the Columbia River Gorge in a spot that would later become the town of Warrendale, named after him, of course. Miss Anna was a native of Oregon City and a former teacher at St. Helens Hall in Portland, which later became the Oregon Episcopal School. Now, the Oregonian newspaper ran an article on April 14, 1912, about the Warrens returning home on the Titanic after vacationing in Europe and Egypt for their 40th anniversary. Unfortunately, late that night, disaster hit. The Titanic struck an iceberg and started sinking in the North Atlantic. Miss Anna told the newspaper when she returned that she heard a grinding noise from the room. Her husband went to see what happened and came back holding a big piece of ice. He said that it was given to him as a souvenir. After their assurance of everything being safety, everybody was eventually made their way out to the deck with other passengers. Miss Anna said she was led to a lifeboat. She thought Frank was right behind her, but instead, he was over there helping out other women climb inside the lifeboat as well. And that was the last time she saw her husband. Now I'm going to break it down to you on who she was. Now, Frank Warren was her husband. And there's a lot of Warrens in their family. I will show you different plotations of them. And she was married to Frank Warren. So she was, of course, on board of the Titanic. Now, this accident of the thing took place in April 15th, 1912. Now, you had your very wealthy people that were on this ship. You had the Warrens, of course, and you had a lot of different individuals that had a lot of money that were big-time people in that time. Now, down at the bottom of the Titanic, you had people that were like us, underclass, couldn't afford nothing, so we were working to make a living, so we worked downstairs. Check the movie out. Not downstairs, but down the bottom of the boat. We put all that work in. But that's what happened. So on this unfortunate day of what happened on the Titanic, I guess the chief captain of the ship, from what we're seeing, wanted to keep pushing. And they came into icy area over in, where they at, Alaska? And they ended up hitting the Titanic, ended up scraping across the iceberg. Now, could this been avoided? Maybe so. But you know, Hollywood show stuff. People read books about different things, what could have happened, what should have happened. This person was honoring, this person was overzealous, this person had an ego, make good time to show I can do a good thing. There also has been some stuff out that said that the owner of the Titanic wanted to get rid of his competition. So it was all plotted. All kind of bad things about this movie. But we are here to visit the grave of Mr. Frank's wife. Stay tuned. So here we got Frank Manley Warren, born May 10th, 1848, lost at sea on the SS Titanic, April 15th, 1912. Now as we round about around here, you see Mrs. Nancy Warren Moore, October 14th, 1916, May 30th, 1991. Nice. These are the Warrens. Now, of course, Frank did not make it. But we come over here, and you have Anna Atkinson, the wife of Frank M. Warren, October 24th, 1851, Oregon City, Oregon, July 16th, 1925, Portland, Oregon. Now, she was a survivor. She was the wife. She was one of the ones that actually got on the actual boat, the boats that were on the side of the ship, and actually made sail and got here, and she was a survivor. Her husband did not. Mr. Frank did not survive. But as you come over here, you got other ones. You got Francis M. Warren, February 25th, 1819, July 9th, 1900. Then you got Elizabeth Dyer, wife of Francis M. Warren, July 25th, 1818, July 20th, 1894. So as you see, there's a lot of Warrens around here. But Anna was a survivor of the Titanic. Very famous. And you got the Atkins right here. They also married to different Warrens. George. Wow. But right here it says William R. Warren, son of George A. and Nancy R., born February 18th, 1923, died July 30th, 1945. In the service of his country, he died. USS Indianapolis. Wow. Anna Atkins, you're a survivor. 1925, she passed away, unfortunately, but she was a survivor of the Titanic. Here, April 15th, 1912.
And we rowed away from the ship as fast as we could, because one has to do that, because I believe the suction when a vessel goes down is absolutely enormous. And we rowed away, and I didn't close my eyes at all. I saw that ship sink.
Now, as you see, there are some famous people out here at this cemetery. We have did one on the Earp brothers. We had did one on the football player. We had did one on numerous people out here at this cemetery. Me and Mrs. Crime have drove here a lot from where we're at to come out here to get some good footage, some good videos. Remember, subscribe, hit that like button. Also, watch our videos, because we watch you guys. We're always giving new videos. Our videos are sporadic. Sometimes we have them twice a week. Sometimes we have them 3 times a week. Look at our new series called The Unfortunate Stories that I do. I read and reevaluate different stories and tell you the murder of how it happened and tell you how the son or daughter was born and how it took place. Mr. Wade does that, so does Mrs. Crime. A lot goes into that. So hope you guys enjoyed this revisit to Miss Warren's grave, the survivor of the Titanic out here in Portland, Oregon, at Riverview City Cemetery. Riverview Cemetery, not Riverview City. That's somewhere else. Mr. Wade gets all caught up, right? Stay tuned for a lot more coming from Tombstone Whispers. A lot more.